It's a puzzle. What goes to what? Hey, Skillbyte here. This video, we're going to rebuild the hinges on this old 70s Chevelle. Now to do that, you got to take the door off first. But it's really simple. I'll show you how. All right, now, I've already got my fender off, so I'm not too worried about scraping it up. But if you still got a fender on or something, tape backside of the fender, front side of the door, put a couple 2 to 4 layers of tape, try to keep it from scratching up. These should not be very tight. No promises on yours, but they should not be that tight. Loosen them. Not taking them out yet. Okay. They're all a little loose. Now I'm going to remove all but the inside, one inside bolt from each side. Doesn't really matter which one you leave, but it needs to be an inside one. All right. Now I'm going to do the bottom one. See that door move? So the only thing holding that right now is this top one and the door striker. All right, this is a lot easier if you have a stool or something that you can have kind of in the middle area so that when that door comes out, it falls and sets onto the seat. All right, I have this here. That's going to catch that end. I'm going to hold this end. My helper, Mrs. Kilobyte, is going to help with that end, and we're going to lay it on these tires here. All right, are we ready? So you shouldn't have to do anything at the moment. I'm holding this in, holding the door in with my leg. Move the last bolt. Now, in case you're wondering, the seat I was sitting on, that stool is too high. Of course. All right. What you want to, so act like you're opening it, push it in. Okay. Okay, now pull it back some. All right. All right. I'm going to set it down so when it comes out, well, if I spaced it right, it would set on that right there on the jack. Okay. Now, roll it. There we go.
Thanks, Haley.
Door is off. Now we got to remove the hinges off of the door. All right, if you want to mark this, you can also. And unfortunately, with these, it is almost impossible to swap out the pins while it's still on the car. And you will see why. Ooh, that one's tight. Okay. Hey, just pull off. I did have to run the screws through a die, and I tapped the holes because they were just nasty. There's like some red, I mean, it was like Play-Doh or something. That was all over them. And this last one, 1/2-inch wrench. There's so much of that red stuff in there. It's I think the paint was holding it, actually. Okay, there's the hinges for the left side. The right side are pretty much identical, except this one is spring is on the other side. Now I will mention, you may want to clean that up. Just don't lose your marks if you marked it. Same with on the cowl, the side. All right, the kit that I got was on eBay, and this is inline tubes. They had the best price. Now the picture showed bronze bushings, and it actually came with aluminum. So a little disappointed there, but they had the best price, and I got them pretty quick, so I'm not going to complain too much there. But the reason you can't change these while it's still with the door still on, the pins are held on by pieces of the metal that's been pushed out. It's been so you're going to need some sort of cutting device. Got a little 2-inch die grinder. Don't cut this pin. It's not a, this pin stays. And by the way, this is the top one. Okay, that one's ready to be knocked out. Now, anytime you use a grinding wheel, cutting wheel, you really should use protection. All right, this one, this pin has the sides there, and then on this one, there's a couple that you got to get off too. There's 4 on that one. Huh, that one only had 2. All right. Okay, don't grind too far. Now the fun one here. Probably take a chisel actually and go underneath those. The other one, the other hinge like this, only had 2. A chisel, in this case an old, partly broken chisel. What's the odds that the flashlight falls? Oh, and I hope you have the kit in the freezer. Put the kit in the freezer before you even start this. That way it'll be shrunk just a little bit. Be easier to put in. I just can't. The light's horrible. It's been raining all day. There, that's the way to get these out. And if your chisel was better than this one, it would be a lot easier. Oh, seriously. All the way to the ground. Okay. If you can get your cutting wheel in there, just use it. The other one was a lot easier, I will tell you. Always seems to be the way it works. Okay, take a picture of each one. That way, you have a reference in case you don't have my video there for you. All right. Okay, we're going to start with the easy one. Now I'm just using a 1 1/4 impact socket. And the key here is you're driving it out this way, you're going to drive it in that way. Okay, got it started. I have a bolt that is thinner diameter than the pin. I tap it in as far as it'll let me. It's bottoming out in the socket now. Still really tight. All right, it's almost out. There you go. Doesn't matter, they're junk. Now we got the bushings. Side of the hammer. Then pliers. If they don't want to pull out, which this one does not, where's my screwdriver? Use a screwdriver. Kind of have it right there on the edge. There. Next side. Those are worn out. Okay, now this one. So the hinge pin can't drive out because it's in the way, the spring's in the way. That's the head back there. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to knock this out just a little, make sure that I'm going to be able to take it out when I compress the spring. All right, the other way. Okay, it came up a little, and I can see that that's still in the way. So I got to work on that some more. All right, hopefully that'll be good enough. And trust me, you want it good enough when you compress that spring. That's the challenge. All right, you can use some channel locks to compress it. I don't recommend it. That thing can come flying out and don't know what it's going to hit. Now you can use a C-clamp. Put a couple like paint sticks, one on each side, on there. Screw that in. But yeah, a vise, or actually they sell spring clamps for this. They're not that expensive. I don't have one. But that's really the safest way to do it. But a vise will work. Be safe when you're doing this. And my battery's about to die already. All right, a little lube or maybe some penetrant up here would help. Okay, be very careful. I don't like that positioning at all, actually. All right, that positioning is much better for safety reasons. A better vise would be awesome right now. And you have to turn this. I'll show you. You gotta compress it all the way for that to clear. So I've got it, and this just might clear. All right, here comes the test. Without knocking it out of the vise, so it's catching it's still catching, even though this is compressed. Oh, wow. It's still catching this arm. There it goes. It's very sketchy. Okay, that's out. All right. Now I'm going to show you a little trick. Round file. Clean these up. Don't make them larger, but just clean them up a little. There we go. Now, the replacement pin has been in the freezer, in my case, overnight. So I'm going to grab it. I'm going to try to, hopefully, it'll slide right in. But the one, the other side didn't want to line up, and I actually had to take the C-clamp and squeeze here to get the holes to line up right. All right, nice and cold. Oh, wow! Look at that! Perfect! Slid right in. There we go. Okay. Who realizes what I did wrong? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I've got to take the spring out and replace the other pin. So with the old pin out, we're not done yet. Don't put the other one back in. Okay, now we have to loosen the vise so that we can then get the spring out. Again, be careful. Which way does it go? All right. Which is going to happen first? The vise is going to come apart, or the spring is going to lose all of its tension. It's really, really close. And actually, I'm going to slide it down the bottom. There we go. Okay. Spring's out. Now we have access to this pin. Okay. Here we are again. There it goes. Same procedure. Alright, you're still fighting, huh? There. Now we got the bushings. Okay. Now, one of these bushings is going to be gnarled. It's always the one on the spring side. It's always the one on the spring side. Don't worry too much about messing this old one up. You ain't gonna reuse it. There. Don't hit too hard. So I'm going to clean these up. I'm going to use the circle file just lightly in the holes. I'm going to use my little sandblaster, which really doesn't do that much. Screwdriver does better. And then a red scuffing pad. If you're wanting to paint yours and everything, we'll go ahead and take care of that now. Mine will be painted later. It's a puzzle. What goes to what? That's why you got the picture. All right. This one goes with this one, and it goes here. I need 2 regular bushings. 1 for each side. Those bushings are in the freezer. Be right back. Here we are. Okay. These go in like so. Even frozen, they won't completely come out. Come out, go in. Just try to hit them flat. I'll pop right in. Oh, and if the hole in yours is too big, then you will want to use like some JB Weld or epoxy around there. If they're too big, then, well, they're too big. You're gonna have to replace them. Okay, those are in. And I'm actually gonna let it warm up. Next, all right, we got the one with the spring, and that'll set like so. Now this one is gonna have a regular one on this side and the knurled one on this side. The spring side has the knurled. All right, be right back. Which one went where? What? Regular one on the non-spring side. By the way, it's also a smaller hole. That one's done. Now the knurled one in the larger hole. Spring side. Springsteen, spring side. Okay, there we go. We're done. Not really. Oh. That is a tight fit. Okay, next. So let these warm up just a little bit, and then we will put the pins in. Remember what side they go? All right, this one is a really tight fit too. Alright, come on. There's that. Line it up with the hole there in the socket. touch more. There. Okay, one down. Come on. Oh, wow. Boy, I did not have this problem with the other one. Yeah. Okay. All right. Did I put it on correctly? All right. Picture matches. Good. That would have really sucked if I hadn't. All right, next we have spring compression. All right, with the spring in place here. Now I'm going to slide it up from the bottom because I can bring it up. Use the ramp to bring it up. Okay, here we are. Now get your face shield. I mean, unless you want to risk getting hit in the face with a spring. That is as tight as it will get. Hopefully, it'll slide right in. Freezer time. That is cold. Woo, that's cold. I'm feeling through the gloves. Come on. Careful with that spring. Come on now. Alright, this is what happened to me last time. When you put that pin in, this is not lined up perfectly. Come on. Video's on, so of course it doesn't want to cooperate. Gotta be close. Now the clamp's in the way. Oh, it is so close. Look at that. All right. It's in. Back it out. Don't pinch your fingers. Watch where they're at on this right side, the spring side. And this does not go all the way through, it just goes in on these new kits. There we go. Almost done. All right, we're almost done. Almost done. Needs a screw and a washer. Couldn't get it with these gloves on. Screw this in, and by the way, it is a number 4 Allen key. Yes, a metric one. I know, I was ashamed as well. You can put some Loctite on this bolt. Put some Loctite on there. Next, these little clips come with the kit. Gonna set them like so. Push them on with a socket. It's a 1/2 inch that I'm using. They're done! Woohoo! Lower, upper, left side, by the way. It doesn't say L anymore. All right, door hinges are done. Solid, no play at all. That means that after I clean this up a little bit, I'm gonna remount the doors and align them before I cut the quarter panels off. Gotta have good hinges, well-aligned doors before you do that. Otherwise, you'll never get those new ones on straight. Anyway, yeah, it's been a few months since I rebuilt those hinges. All right, well, starting to get caught up though. Graphite metallic. Shows body line's really nice. What do you think about that as a color on the Chevelle? Let me know in the comments, or should I stay with, I'm thinking candy red, but honestly, that looks pretty good. But is that the look I'm wanting? I mean, it's pretty classy, but is it aggressive enough? I don't know. Like I said, let me know in the comments. So, verses of the day is 1 John 4, verses 20 and 21, reading from the old King James. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he has seen, how can he love God whom he has not seen? And this commandment we have from him, that he who loveth God love his brother also. So God commands us to love our brothers, our fellow man. And, you know, it's been a rough time. Hate divides, destroys. Love builds up, it heals, unifies. We need more love. Need more love. All right, I hope that was helpful. If so, please like, subscribe, comment, or leave a tip on my coffee page. And God bless.